We took a deep dive into Scryfall and showed you a lot of advanced tips that you can use over there to find the perfect card. I touched on Moxfield in that video, which is a deck building website, but in this one, I want to take a deep dive into it and show you some of its functionality that maybe you're not using yet that's going to make you a better deck builder. Give me just a second to thank our Patreon for helping us on our road to doing this as our full-time jobs, and we will be right back and talk about Moxfield.
Highest level of gratitude to our patrons who power the channel through Patreon. Check out the Patreon link in the description to learn about monthly giveaways, VIP Discord access, and even our official playmat.
All right, let's get started. Moxfield is a deck building website. Base functionality here. Make sure you're logged in and then click on the plus, click on new deck, name your deck. I want to build the new Obnix list that has to deal with 1 damage Ping boy. That's what we're going to name the deck. We go here, Obnixilus, Captive Kingpin, boom, that's our commander. You can also search up any non-legal commander if you want to, if you're building a for fun deck. Moxfield's flexible like that. If you want to organize your decks further, you can put them in folders and organize them that way. Visibility, public, unlisted, private, if you want people to be able to see it or not. And then if you do already have a deck list for the deck, you can import that in a couple of different ways. We're going to create a brand new deck here with our Obnixilus 1 damage Ping Boy deck. You can change the description if you'd like to. You can change the card image that is the background for it, but that is all just prettiness. Let's talk about adding cards. We talked about this a little bit in the Scryfall tutorial, and we're going to use the Scryfall syntax in this video. If you don't know what I'm talking about when we're going through all of the Scryfall syntax stuff, make sure you go watch that other video, the first one in this Be a Better Commander Deck Builder series, and that's really going to help you out. So Obnixilus has to do with whenever one or more opponents each lose exactly 1 life. Damage causes loss of life, so we're going to search for deals 1 damage each opponent. That should be good right there. And then it's going to take us to a page here. We can even sort by EDHREC rank. So you can see that you're able to use the syntax of Scryfall in the Moxfield search engine. And that is the main functionality that I absolutely love about this. So we've searched up according to syntax exactly what we're looking for, and you can see it presents options. We've already got them sorted by EDHREC rank right there. Let's look at Impact Trimmers. Deals 1 damage to each opponent whenever a creature enters the battlefield. Yes, this is exactly the kind of card that we want to run. Sir Conrad, 1 damage to each opponent whenever a creature blah 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 blah. Yes, we want that in the main deck. So we just click right there, boom, added to the main deck, boom, added to the main deck. Now let's say that we're looking at Reckless Fireweaver here. Whenever an artifact enters a battlefield under your control, it deals 1 damage to each opponent. We don't know if we're going to do an artifact sub-theme in here. Maybe. If we do, this is an excellent card, and we definitely want it in here, but we're not sure yet. If you click right down here on Options under it, you can click on Add to Considering. That is going to put it in a different section, but it's going to save it for you as you build. I use Considering so much when I am building decks out. I know the cards that I'm wanting to go in the main deck, but if I see a card that I'm not sure about, I'll put it into Considering. So let's go back to the deck list here and see where we're at. View options. Right now it's defaulted to Commander, Creatures, Enchantments, and it's just only words in the listing by types here. Go to View options here. This is going to be great. View style, text, condensed text, visual grid is what I typically use. You've also got stacks, stack split, and visual spoiler. It's totally preference here. Pick the one that you like the best. I like to go visual grid, group by type, and sort by mana value. I think that gives me personally as a deck builder the most value, as I'm going. And so that's how I kind of like to default here. So we've got Obnixilus, Sir Conrad, and Impact Trimmers already on here. Scroll down a little bit more into Considering, expand that, boom, we've got our card that we added to Considering right there. You see so far it's got our mana values here, it's got our percentage of mana values as we go to build, but we've only got 3 cards in the deck so far, so let's add some more just as an example here. We got a little button, EDHREC. If you're familiar with EDHREC, it is another website that I use as a Commander deck builder that aggregates all Commander deck lists from the entire internet and uses those to statistically tell you which cards are the most played. Doesn't necessarily mean those cards are best, but when everybody's decks are getting analyzed, you're going to see some cards where you're like, yeah, that obviously needs to be in here. So you can click on EDH Recs and it will show you 100 recommendations straight from edhrec.com. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, it deals 1 damage to each opponent. Yes, we want that. Zulaport Cutthroat loses 1 life. We saw that it's lost a life. That's fine. And you gain 1 life. Yes, that is the kind of tool that we can just automatically fill out a deck with some of the best cards that people have already done the work for us, quite honestly. They have found some of the most synergistic cards, and we're going to find a lot of stuff in here, and then we can kind of refine it to our vision as we go. You can see so far it's very creature-based, are the EDH Recs, but if we want to go more of a Reckless Fireweaver way, we might want to go with some more artifacts, for example. So let me add some cards to the deck so we can see some of the other functionality on the deck list. So back over on our deck list, you can see on this purple bar on the bottom, we've got 43 cards in our main deck as of now, and our current deck price is worth $105. That is including the exact printings of the cards that we have put into the deck so far. That'll be more relevant in a second. Stick with me. As we scroll down now, you see I like that sort by visual grid. This is what it looks like. So I can, at a glance, we've got everything sorted by mana value and type, but it's in that visual grid. So I can just at a glance be like, yeah, I like this. I like this. We got a few too many 3s. Let's go in. We'll move Witty Roastmaster to Considering, for example. I think we'd probably leave that card in. But you've got all of your types here presented well. We've got even a land there that was suggested to us. And we are ready to start making cuts once we add in all of our lands and all of our mana rocks and everything we want to do that way. So now let me show you my second favorite part of Moxfield, and that is packages. This button right here, this lightning bolt, add packages. You click on that. You see I've got a package created and I'm subscribed to some packages. Let me show you what they do, and then we'll go look at packages more in depth. So 2 CMC Mana Rock package, all right? Let's go down here. We look at what rocks we've already got. We don't have any rocks so far. We're running Skull Clamp, Ashnod's Altar, Bantu's Monument, and Phyrexian Altar. We click on Add Packages right here, and we click on 2 CMC Mana Rock package, and it automatically adds those cards to our deck. So you can go in there and you can name, I want to create Bing Bong's package. I was named Bing Bong by my parents and I want a package named after me. I'm going to put every card in that package that I always run in every single commander deck, and it's going to save you time when you build. Now looking at this one, that is a package that I'm subscribed to, so it's not one that I created, but it's one that I found on the community lists on Moxfield, and I'm able to go in there and just automatically add these 2 mana rocks, and I can go through and cut. I don't like Fractured Power Stone. It's a good 2 mana rock just because it is 2 mana and it taps for 1, but I don't really care about the plan or die thing, so we can go in here and we can remove it. It's also worth noting, you saw right there some shortcuts, Alt-1, Alt-2, Alt-3. I use those a lot. So Alt-1, I'm clicking, boom, right there. You see I added 1 Everflowing Chalice. Now it's illegal. We can't have 2 cards in Commander of a single version. Boom, we kill that, goes away. I use that a lot for lands. When I'm tweaking my land base, I'll go in there and add 3 basics, take away 2, add 1 more, that kind of thing. Just a little shortcut as you build more. But let's take a closer look at packages. Back over here on the Moxfield website, we're going to click the plus again, and we're going to click New Package. That's how we create one. For this one, let's just go dope non-basics that I might run in every deck. That's the way we're going to build this one. We hit Create. We can go in here, Scryfall Searchwise. We're going to go Type, Land, minus Type, Basic, and sort EDH Rec Rank. So that's going to pull up, obviously, Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Reliquary, Evolving Wilds, Myriad, Terramorphic, Rogues, Bajuka Bog, Path of Ancestry, Misty Rainforest, Marsh Flats, Verdant Catacombs. Yeah, cards like this. Ancient Tomb. There we go. Temple of the False God. I'm just throwing these in here as an example so that you can see what we're going to be dealing with. Visual grid, sort by type, sort by mana value, save. There we go. You can also click to have that as a default, so it's always showing you your deck lists this way. And you can see now we have our package started. We've got a lot of good cards in here. Let's cut Misty Rainforest. Let's cut Marsh Flats. Verdant Catacombs we might not run in really every deck, obviously. But, you know, Evolving Wilds, Terramorphic, these are really budget versions of fetch lands there. So we might run any of these. So now let's go back to our decks. We're going to go to Obnixilis 1 damage Ping Boy. We don't have any lands besides our High Market added in there that was an EDH rec. So we go click Add Package. We're going to click on Dope Non-Basics that I might run in every deck, and boom, it automatically adds them. One of the coolest parts of packages is it's going to keep your commander's color identity in mind. Another package that I'm subscribed to up here is CEDH Interaction. Now, this is going to be a lot of cards all at once, but let's come down to our sorceries and instants. The package CEDH Interaction has all 5 colors included, but when I click on it, it's only going to add the red and black cards because that's the color identity of my commander. So you can keep your packages really broad, tons of cards, doesn't matter their color identity, because when you go to build a deck, it's only going to look for cards that are in the color identity of your commander. As you can see, it added a bunch of fantastic instants here, and we're well on our way. We're now at 71 cards in our main deck, and really we haven't done that much clicking or that much searching. And now you're ready to go in, find specific cards that you want to include in your Obnixilis deck. If you want to explore the packages that the community's already put together, go to the main site and go to Explore. You'll see Commander Precons. I also use that button a lot, but packages are right here. You can look at your packages, all the packages, the ones you follow or you're subscribed to. You can sort by recently updated, created, views, and liked. Let's go most likes, and then let's just search up demons. And you can see we've got some demon packages already put together for our Obnixilis deck. And as we're looking at this, we're seeing perfect cards for our demon tribal deck. The last functionality that I want to talk about is tags. Moxfield lets you tag cards with however, whatever you want to tag them with. You can see when we go to sort by up here, it's got the normal stuff, name, mana value, price, rarity, so that you can sort by that. But let's say that you wanted to go in here, see all of your interaction here. You want to look at just cards that are going to destroy artifacts. So you can go in here, once you've got tags enabled, click right here, boom, enable tags. I can go in here and I can say, okay, as I'm building, let's right click on a braid, click on change tags, and we're going to custom tag it artifact removal and hit save. We're also going to do that to Chaos Warp. We're going to go change tags because it is a target permanent. It will fall under the category of artifact removal. Now when we're sorting, we've got artifact removal popping up as a category in our commander deck, and you can use that as often and as widely as you like so that you can specifically see, okay, I've got 2 cards right now that I know will remove artifacts, and you can, you know, resort however you want, and it'll always sort those out so that you can see where you're at. You can also, as you see here, right click on Goblin Bombardment, change tags. You can do global tags, and that will globally tag Goblin Bombardment in any way that you want it to. So we're going to call this Sacrifice Creature. If I can spell it correctly, that's going to be a huge prerequisite to be able to find it. Now that card is globally tagged for our account as Sacrifice Creature. So now that that card is globally tagged, that means that if we go to any of our other decks, let's go find one that has red in it. Here's my Gorogoro and Satoru deck. I'm going to add Goblin Bombardment to this deck. You can, as you can see, you can just search by name and add right here. Boom, it's in there. Looking at our enchantments, when we get down to them, we've got Goblin Bombardment. But if I enable tags here, boom, then I know I can go down here and we have got it sorted into Sacrifice Creature. The more cards you globally tag, the more valuable this will be to you. Right now we've got a deck that's not completely built, but it's worth about $300, and I told you that it would be relevant how much the deck is worth later. Let's say you've got some budget Commander League that you're playing in, like our Commander League over at the Jam Discord and Patreon. Join us over there and check out the Commander League. It's proxy friendly. You play over Spell Table. You can win prizes. We got $40 TCG player gift cards, custom sleeves from our friends over at Dragon Shield. Check those things out. Get over there and win you some sleeves. Anyway, let's say you're playing in a Commander League and you need the deck to be as cheap as possible. You can run any version of the card, but the league is going to check for the cheapest version of that card to be what contributes to your deck budget. You just go up here to more, you click on update to cheapest. This is a great tool for you. It can't be undone, but once you do it, look at the price of that. We went down a whole $9. We saved $9 on our budget, y'all. We can go put in another $5 rare if we wanted to, because what Moxfield did was update it to the cheapest possible version of that card. That's my favorite functionality of Moxfield. Let me know how you use Moxfield and if there's any cool tricks and tips that you think people should know about down in the comments. Otherwise, go check out that Scryfall advanced tutorial if you haven't seen that one yet. It's really going to open up your Commander deck building world. And share these 2 videos with a friend who you think could use some tips or some primers on being a Commander deck builder. Hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button if this has been of any value to you. YouTube really punishes us if people don't subscribe to us on videos. So if you could do that for us, it will help more than you could possibly know. We got a lot of cool stuff going on in our Discord and over on our Patreon. Other than that, I'm tapped out. Catch you later.